2015 Nissan Xterra oil change. Come in here, pop the hood. Up front, you're going to want to finger it out. Lift her on up, and this one also has the little doohickey. Hook it in right there. Take your oil cap, find that location. Inspect. Looks a little grimy, but that's okay. This one, we don't really have to, but we're going to. Jack her on up from the front. And then you can slide your jack stands under on the pinch welds. Let it back down. Get under here after your jack stands are under here. Find your oil plug bolt. Believe it or not, it's also a 14. Break it loose. Get yourself grandma's, great grandma's pan. This one's a little bigger. And you undo the old plug. Minimal spill. Whilst that's draining, go ahead, pull the cap, and go get your oil. Put a little bit in there. Check down here. Sped up a little bit. This one's a little past its oil change, it looks like. Once that's pretty much drained, put your plug back in. Scoot your pan out of the way. Put this to on. Give it a couple little snugs. Then you come up here, and your oil filter is right there. Kind of hard to see. Should be able to get to it somehow. I don't remember how I did this. One second. Once you're finally able to break it loose, pull your pan back up here, because it's got a little drainage thing. Loosen it up. Come over to the other side. Come through this hole so you don't spill all over. It should come down. Yep, just like that. Take the old one, get a little of that oil, get it on the new one. I'm just gonna dip right out of the pan. Get a little oil on there. Nice and lubed. Come back under here. I go through this little hole. And thread her back on. Once that's all hand snug, give it a little brake clean bath. So all that oil is not up there anymore. because it just makes a mess. Nice and clean. Once you're confident that your oil plug's tight, your tranny or your oil filter's tight, jack it back up. Pull jack stands out. Lower it back down. After that's done, you're going to take your oil, open her up, and dump her in. We'll come back to that. Once that's full, put your cap back on. This one also requires some windshield wiper fluid. Pour it on in. I believe this one needs a little bit of coolant because I've been fighting a cooling problem for a while now. And also, in the near future, this one is going to get a Titan swap on the front end, which entitles taking the upper and lower control arms out and putting the Nissan Titan control arms in, because they are built on the same chassis, just different bodies really. There's a couple other things that are different, but the chassis is basically the same, so you can just take the front end parts out of the one and put it on the other. So I took the whole thing, put it on the other, and it gives it a little bit wider stance. I don't know if anybody's driven any one of these, but it's quite wobbly when it's windy. Very top heavy feeling. There we go, full. Put that back on. This takes the blue coolant, or put the cap off. See if we can spill it all. Pretty good. That ought to do it. I'm going to go ahead and check the radiator as well. And top that off. Not really sure why it's got a cooling problem. I went and I flushed everything. I haven't put a new thermostat on it. I don't know where the coolant's going. because it doesn't leak. Just seems to be going somewhere. I've jacked the front end up trying to burp it. That doesn't seem to do much. So, we'll try this. See how that does it. And just like always, go through, wipe off your little spills. Take your light back down. Take your hood prop down. And she's done.